Welcome back to Building Wealth with Marco Esquivel. I'm here with Diandra Brammer.
Hello.
So she is a new business partner. So we're going to have a little chat here, and so,
Yeah.
I want to make sure that I want you to share what you've done these last 3 months has been crazy, I know, for you. But the journey that you're on and what you've started, moving into. So,
Yeah. Okay. Ask away. Let's
yeah,
do it.
All right. So, you started helping me with marketing, and now you're building your own business in this space that that in financial services. So, walk me through that.
Okay. So, well, for you that don't know, I manage Marco's marketing and his YouTube channel here. My husband and I were behind the scenes, and a little over a year ago when Marco hired us to start this project with him, I remember the very first video session, we filmed like 6 or 8 videos, and Marco was just sharing the foundation of financial literacy. And I so remember, I think I was 4 months pregnant, and I looked at my husband behind the scenes and I said, I want to know everything Marco knows. It was just, I didn't know any of it, and I knew immediately how powerful it was to know, have that knowledge, and know of some of these strategies that you continue to speak of. And that was when I immediately was interested. And you had spoken about this side of the business before, and timing is everything.
Always,
I say that
quite
often. But I was, even though I was very pregnant, and I knew that it was something that I wanted to do for not only just me, but my family, my immediate family, my extended family. And that was what sparked it.
Yeah, because I was glad you mentioned that. How has this, now that you started this journey, and you have been learning a lot. We've been in trainings and so forth. How has this impacted your family and your personal goals?
It has changed. It has changed and shifted a lot of things in life, but for the better. So I got officially licensed 3 months ago, and it's been a very fast-moving process, but with the mentorship.
It was fun.
Yeah, Marco supported me through it all. You pushed me and supported me, which I'm very grateful for. But already, my family, this has forced my husband and I to have conversations we've never had before, and we are already focusing so much on our financial structure, our strategy for our family, our kids, building wealth. And that was just something we hadn't really talked about in the past. We own a house and we have all these things, but not only building wealth, but protecting it. And then what was the second part of your question?
Yeah, I was just going to say, how's it made that difference, in your family? And so, which you touched on. I mean, obviously, the most important thing in finance is, and what people don't realize is that it's not just about making money. It's being able to keep the money that you made, right?
Which you've heard me,
and then utilizing it for what's important to you, which is your family. Yeah. So, which is, what you guys, you and Shane are doing now.
Yeah.
Which is nice to see, because you guys are young. You have a young family, and this is probably one of the biggest challenges across not just the U.S., but across the world. The young families are struggling or are being hit hard, and
you don't know what you don't know.
Exactly, and a lot of that is we're seeing that people are like waking up.
I think so. With YouTube and all of the channels that we now have available to us, and the people that are preaching financial literacy and sharing their knowledge, it is changing. It's bringing awareness for the better.
Yes.
And also, which we talk so often, having that trusted advisor. Marco, you are my trusted advisor. So you are supporting me in the business as my coach and business partner, but you're also you're my go-to for my family, and so you have helped us with that structure. So I think having someone that you can trust in your life with all these financial questions. I mean,
Yeah.
before I felt embarrassed to ask my questions because I didn't know anything, and I felt
Yes.
like I should know some. I thought I needed to know more than I did, and therefore I was fearful of asking the stupid questions.
You know, you just said the right word. You know, people are afraid. Fear sets in, and it stops people from asking questions because they don't know what to say, what to ask, you know, or maybe they're afraid of the answer, you know. But
I think more fear of asking. I mean, how often do you see that in real estate, right?
Oh, real estate, you see
buyers
that a
are like,
lot.
I meant to start asking, start finding a realtor. I meant to ask lenders questions, but I just didn't think.
They're afraid
they were fearful
they're afraid of getting pre-approved.
Fear of getting pre-approved, fear of bothering us by reaching out to us, and it's like no.
Exactly.
So lots of fear.
Yeah. So I mean, those are the things. So you know, so now that you're in this.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
How are you now combining real estate, marketing, and financial services? Because she's wearing 3 hats now. Yeah. So.
Yes.
And she's a mama. You know, she has 2 beautiful children, and so
yeah. Thank you. In real estate, I've worn so many hats just within real estate alone.
Mm-hmm.
I was on the leadership side, the transactional side, helping buyers and sellers sell, and also creating marketing content.
Yes.
And so it's been great. It's been so much fun, and I naturally have that servant's heart, so it's been easy to serve clients and in all the different capacities. And it's been a very easy transition. Much easier than I expected, adding my financial professional's license, the insurance license now into my tool belt, and just being able to do more. Yeah. That's really the basics of it, is I can just do more and answer more questions. I will say I'm so amped on all of this knowledge that I'm learning, so I do have to be careful with my friends and my family, just like not being too intense with all of my knowledge. But no, I really do. I can't wait to help them. I'm already meeting with family members, which you're assisting me with. And so focusing on my family unit, but now even reaching out to my extended family and friends and seeing how I can help them and serve them as I am learning all this, but wanting to help as many people as I can.
Absolutely. Yeah. You know what? And that's what I love. I mean, right out the gate, she was able to help family, your family friend. Yeah.
Yeah. I had that client. I was referred a client who was making a huge life transition from needing to sell her home to then go to an assisted living. And she was planning on just living off the proceeds of selling her house. And so with help from Marco and his guidance, I immediately knew I could help her in that capacity as well outside of that. And we were able to get her guaranteed income for life, so she never has to worry about it. And it felt really good to be able to help her in that capacity, not just the real estate side, but even beyond that, and help her find that solution. Because had I not been there, had I not had that solution, had we not found that solution for her, I don't know if she would have sought financial help.
A lot of,
help her there.
And that's, I'm glad you mentioned that, because a lot of people, when they go into these situations, transitions, whether it be, going into assisted living or those situations where, it's towards the end, retirement or, those types of things. They have what they have, and they assume that that is what they have left to live off of. That and Social Security or, whatever other types of savings accounts that they have. What they don't realize that in retirement, you need guarantees. Yeah. You cannot hope.
There's no risks.
You're
no longer in risk.
And thinking that, maybe if I get lucky, that's not a strategy. Yeah. A strategy is building a plan to make sure that your life is structured and you can take care of the things that are important to you. Yeah. But you have to have consistency. You have to have the resources to do the things that you need. And so that's what you were able to do for your family and your family's friend, and give them, that family, the peace of mind that they will have the resources for the rest of her life.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
that,
And I've heard since then, I have heard, not directly related to me, but I have indirectly heard so many stories of people in the exact same situation, off selling their assets in hopes to just live off the proceeds of that.
Yeah.
Not knowing that there are products out there to help them
give them a
extend
pension.
that.
It's like
give them a pension
the
and
private
help them with the
pensions.
retirement.
Yeah. I mean, and these are the things, or even long-term care, or all those. There's so many things that we're facing right now in this country that there are answers. There are solutions.
There are solutions. There are strategies and there are solutions.
Yes, and it's just making sure that people know about them.
Yeah.
And that is.
And again, you don't know what you don't know.
Yeah.
So,
and
trying to get that message out there.
Yeah, and what I like about you getting licensed, when obviously you've helped me build this YouTube channel, and you've managed all my social media, and you've watched me, and you've heard my stories, and you've been around me for a long time. We've known each other for a long time in the real estate game, but you now see that in your generation, the importance of this, young enough to make those decisions to help your family and friends, or the people your age and that age bracket, start preparing for the things that may come up. Will probably come up when you get to 70 or those ages, because it's like a cycle, and so there's less safety nets, and you can't rely on the government. So you got to figure, the only one that's going to take care of you when you're older is your younger self.
Ooh, I like that.
Okay. So just remember that. And I want everybody to understand that people don't realize the only person that's going to take care of you, that's going to have your best interests at heart, is your younger self when you're older. So start planning.
Start planning. But also, if you are at that age of retirement or needing to transition, there could be tools and strategies to help you.
Yeah. There is a solution to these problems.
But for those that are younger, now is the time to be thinking of the future.
And to me, I think that is something that, when I love watching your journey now, because now I'm like, I'm older, and it's like, and you and Shane have built a business. You're business owners, so you know what that's like. You both have been in the real estate profession, for a lot of years now. Young family, moving forward and building this empire. I can't wait to see how they, when they're older. Yeah, when they're my age and watching this whole.
That's a big word. I like it.
But I do believe that they're going to be, obviously be successful. So I'm ecstatic that you and Shane have joined, and added this tool to your tool belt. And you're going to take your leadership skills and go help a lot of people. You're going to build a team. You already started building a team. And you're going to have your own agency, soon. And I'm excited to see that growth. So.
Thanks, Marco.
But yeah, well, thank you for joining this channel and sharing your thoughts and your experiences, because I think your generation is the next generation coming, and you're going to need to help a lot of your friends and family, and there's going to be, you'd be surprised, wait till that phone starts ringing, and you're going to be like, oh my God.
No, it is.
You're like, oh my God. It's like, but that's okay. That's why we get licensed.
Yeah, absolutely. No,
to help people.
That's that's what fills up my love cup, serving others. So
absolutely.
Thank you for your continued support.
Oh, you're welcome. And I'm excited to see the journey and where this leads you. So,
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Thanks.